Good morning, and once again, we have our morning meditations. And for this week, we're working with sound, and I'm standing up. And I would suggest that you stand up as well because it's really, really helpful um, for you to start to work, which is what I have found. Um, and I put the link in one of my comments yesterday. And I think it was to do with yesterday sounding. One of the comments in this in below the live video for yesterday's sounding of the singing course that I've just started, and it's only £20. But what I think his name is Robert Lunty or Lunty, and he's a professional singer, and I think he's been teaching for some time. But what he's trying to get people to start doing is practice what he calls the cry mode. So, I mean, if you start to imagine you're crying, and you feel when I do it, I can feel my muscles begin to tighten around my belly. And I was advised many years ago that when you watch opera singers, they're actually using their whole body to sing. And I was advised to really pull in my pelvic floor muscles to really hold them in. And if you find that sounding is making you very, very lightheaded, and you're trying to sort of float, or getting, you feel like you're trying to float out of your body, or jump out of your body, what you can do to help yourself get a bit more grounded, besides having water next to you and some protein, is if you had a black tourmaline crystal, you can put it between your feet, because that's a really, really great way to help keep you grounded. Because especially if you go up to the higher sounds and you're working with this part, I find that I start to I start to feel, for one thing, my whole vibration changes. But everything is really more here than all here, which is fine. Sometimes you need to do that. But what I'm working with, and what I would suggest is a really good idea, is to work in a much more grounded, embodied, and connected with your body way. So I've just started with checking out the cry mode. So but what he says it does is it lengthens your vocal cords, so you don't, I think, perhaps from what I understand, you can really get the notes, and you can with and you don't really have to push to get a really good, powerful sound, if that's what you want, of course. So it's only £20. It looks like quite a comprehensive package. But what I would suggest is you do pull in your floor muscles as you sound, and you try to use your whole body. So going into the cry mode, or even sort of pretending that you're very upset, which is why you may have seen me over the last couple of days sort of scrunching up my face before I sound, is because I'm trying to get into this mode. What happens is, because I think when we cry, and if we're whimpering, or really, really very upset, I find that the whole of the body is the muscles contract, and the sound comes from very, very, very deep within. And I was doing this yesterday, standing up by the sink, and I thought, okay, because it's east facing, and I get a lot of light coming in through my glass block window, and it was practically effortless, just making a long and a loud sound, which I find for me really helps to shift my stuff, especially in the lower chakras, which is where a lot of us might not want to work, because it's all to do with survival and fear. And this is a very opportune time with the lockdown, and with all the fearful stuff about people getting sick, and all the information coming through about all sorts of shenanigans and stuff like that. So there's a lot of uncertainty. So it really is a really important and a good time to work through these issues of fear and worry and anxiety. So it's all lower chakra stuff. It's all to do with the root chakra, and then who we are as well. So that's the Seiko. And do we have any choice? So it's your will center. So really, it's the three lower chakras. So I'm just gonna grab my book because it has the vowel sounds that we are going to work with. The slip is under my computer. It's got all the vowel sounds that we'll be working with for the main body chakra. So if you wanted to work with your higher chakra, that's absolutely fine. But where the point of this is just to become more grounded and to embody our spirit more in this body. So, but in order to do that, we really have to remove, we have to somehow clear and transmute all the old thoughts, all the imposed thoughts and beliefs from the family, from the ancestors, from not the positive stuff, all the negative stuff, which is very limiting and limits our ability, or limits that our belief that we can actually thrive here and thrive easily, not through dogged and constant hard work. Okay, so we want to let all of that stuff go so that we can thrive. But all those things, they take up, Damien Wynn talks about them taking up a lot of space, and energetic space, and possibly physical space, and because emotions have a vibration as well, and they do occupy parts of our bodies. Because when I do this work, I find that, sometimes I have an ache or ache somewhere else, and I just trust, and I work, and I take lots of water, and I eat very, very carefully, and I do some gentle exercise, go out for my walk, get lots of good air and oxygen. I'm very lucky, got woods here. And this stuff shifts, and if it doesn't, you need to go and see your doctor. Okay, so so there are things that get stuck in the body, yeah, and it affects all the organs. It affects our skin, affects our hair, our eyes, our head, fingers, and liver and heart, lungs. So I find with sound, it's a very simple, intuitive. It can be a very gentle way to just get those things moving, detoxing, getting all the minerals and all the heavy metals that we've taken into our bodies through whatever source. It helps them to shift. And there's lots of information on how you can help your body detox those sorts of things. I have coriander in my green smoothies every day. Always have some coriander, and I have parsley as well. So my green smoothies tend to be made up of a lot of herbs, and it's green. It's really thick green stuff with some fruit to make it a little bit more palatable. So what we're going to do first before we start, so I would suggest, if you would like to do more of this yourself, is you could get that singing course and have a look at the cry mode, because what I really find it does is it's really taking me down beyond my womb. Even it's going right down into my base, and the sound is coming from that whole channel, from that whole place, not just from the belly, when you that's why I'm belting it out, because it's around the belly, but it's going below the belly, and which is amazing. It feels physically, it feels completely different, and like I said, it's a more sustained, easy, quite an easy. I don't have to really force my throat and this or whatever to produce the sound. It just comes out quite effortlessly, because there is tension, and somehow it's just moving the sound through my whole body. So takes a bit practice. I don't think I've clinched it at all, and I have to do a lot more practicing to get used to it, and I don't have to sort of go into a scrunchy face or a whimpery face to practice getting that elongation and then getting the activation of the lower body to sound. Okay, so what we're going to start off with is always this first meditation to begin to open us up to light. And I like always connecting to source and connecting to the all that is around there. And last year I was really, really called to do work not just with my guides, but with my own soul, my own spirit. I thought, well, we're all part of source. Why are we searching for spirit guides to help us? But actually, I found that both are really, really, really important. With the connection with the spirit guides, and this is particular to me perhaps, they really do remind, and they've been reminding me, you've never been alone. So you need to really let go of all these things about, I'm so sad because no one knows what I'm going through and all that sort of stuff, which is fine. You need to deal with that. You need to get some help. That's fine. But if it keeps going on, that means I'm really stuck in that vibration, and I need to move on from it, because it's pretty painful, causes a lot of suffering. And so I wasn't quite getting anywhere last year because I think I wasn't going deep enough into it. And over the past few weeks with the lockdown, I've been really working on that connection, but also finding through working with other people's programs. And it was Damien and he's like, okay, immediately embody your own spirit. And I thought, yeah, actually that's what I've been trying to do, and something's not really been clicking for me, but this is brilliant. So what I'd like you to do is you could sit for this. I don't really want to keep shifting everything to start with, so I'm going to just do it standing up. If you like to do it standing up, that's fine. Make sure your feet are nicely planted on the floor, and it's great to do it outside. I'm just too embarrassed to do it outside with all my sounding key, so I'm doing it in here. Plus it means I don't have to set a table up and stuff out there. It's different with the gong, is everything is on the ground. Okay, so if you'd like to start taking a few deep breaths, slow it down. Breathwork is really wonderful because after a couple of minutes you find that your breath starts to synchronize, your breath and your heartbeat begin to synchronize. And you find your senses may become more focused. You may find that your senses become more acute. For me, it's my ears, they start to hear more. So you may find that your smell sense may be more acute. And if you have your taste sense becomes more acute, then go with it. Not everyone is clairvoyant or clairaudient or whatever. You may be working through smell, sense, the feeling sense, and the taste sense, or a combination of all of them. So breathe in, flooding all your body and all your cells with oxygen, helping them to rejuvenate, to enliven, to vibrate at the rate, the vibration of your own spirit. And what that does is then your spirit can land, can embody and get in even more. So that's kind of what our job is, I think, which is why I'm doing these particular meditations. And we start with the gold light, and then the bringing in the spirit, your own spirit light. If you want to bring in your spirit to begin with, that's absolutely fine. So just imagine yourself surrounded. If you want to surround yourself with your own spirit, then do. If you want to surround, you can see that as gold, as silver, blue, turquoise, pink, pinkish purple, whatever comes into your mind. But what I like to play with and use to begin with is gold with platinum, maybe a bit of copper. So it's like a rose gold. So imagine and believe or know that it's coming into your body through the top of your head. It's going straight into your pineal gland, which is in the center of your brain. And some say it's like a little pine cone, and some people describe it as a pearl, and use whichever visualization which works for you. And it's flooded with this light, and it becomes this light. And this light, spirit or source light, which is liquid, it's liquid light pouring in, starts to go into the right and left hemisphere of the brain, into the back, into your brainstem, and into your frontal lobe, and into the pituitary gland, which is just behind the third eye, about an inch behind the third eye. And as you use your breath to draw in more of this liquid gold, copper, platinum, you can bring in your spirit as well in whichever color it wants. What I like to use gold, the source light, is to shift everything, to shift all the old thoughts, all the familial societal beliefs which don't run true for us. And we let them just release, transmute. And if this requires the movement of physical toxins or physical minerals or metals, that it's done in the most smooth and easy, in the smoothest and the easiest way. So if you find that you're being called to take much more water, go into do a sweat. If you have a sauna, you can go and sit in the sun and support yourself by drinking lots of water and sweating it out, or having a really hot, salty bath. Then do, and be open to what your body is asking you to eat as well, and what exercise you may need to do. So as this light inhabits and merges with your brain, it produces more space for your spirit to enter, for you. See, we are source, but we're a unique vibration of source. Yeah, perhaps some of us are part of the creator spirits. Perhaps some of us are more of with the ability to work with the elementals in that sort of level in creation. We all have a slightly different vibration and a different purpose, and that is perfect. So let this now flood into the whole of your skull, into the bones, joints, the cartilage, into the eyes, eye sockets, nose, nasal cavity, cheekbones, the upper jaw, the mandible, the teeth, the gums, the tongue. Let it all flood in. And it starts to go down into your thyroid, to the tongue, the throat, the larynx. And it's also pouring down your spinal cord all the way down. All the bones also into your rib cage from the back, down to your tailbone, and down all the nerves as well, and all the nerve branches through the whole of your body, all to all the nerve endings, to all the nerves, the nerve system. So from the vagus nerve as well, returning back. So any of those nerves returning back to the brain, they are also engulfed in this beautiful kind of rose gold, liquid, light, and platinum and silver. And coming along is your spirit light, your pure spirit light. Perhaps it's opalescent pink, perhaps it's a combination of color, but it is inhabiting all the extra space which has been recovered by the release of all the old thoughts, beliefs, minerals that don't serve us at this time anymore. So let it come down into the thymus, into the shoulders, down the arms, into the fingers. And of course it's lymph, nerves, blood, bone, marrow, cartilage, collagen, skin, tops of the lungs, into the heart, into the sternum as well. So breathing in, so it fills the whole of the lungs, all the alveolar, all four chambers of the heart, the muscle, the nerves, all the areas between the organs, the lymph system, the lymph nodes, the armpits, very much so, lots of lymph glands in there, your blood, and spirit. Your spirit follows through as well, the path that has been cleared for you by source, by the gold, the rose gold light and the platinum light. So take a few deep breaths, giving intention that your spirit, your pure soul light, you may see it as starlight as well. It's just filling all these places. And with all the cells, helping the cells to be more vibrant with your vibration, your spirit vibration. And that's going down into the stomach, the liver, spleen, pancreas, small intestine, so this is your solar plexus. So both source and your spirit are coming through, spiraling through, clearing whatever stuff is stuck to the DNA, which is not in for your highest good, clearing and transmuting all that. So as all this stuff is released, it goes back to its most perfect place, so it's transmuted into gold light. So now we go down into the large intestines, the sacral, into the kidneys, the adrenal glands, your sexual organs, into the hip bones, the pelvis, all the joints here, pubic bone, bladder, down into the base, into your perineum, your pelvic floor muscles. So it's flooding into all the muscles. Yeah, it's been flooding through the skeletal system as well, through all the bone marrow, through all the joints. And so is your spirit light, pure liquid light. It's going down your thighs, knees. Again, these are the legs are the main blood making factories of the body, with the bone marrow. So down the knees into calves and shins, ankles, heels, feet, yeah, the arches and the toes. And it's going down into the Earth Star chakra, which is about a foot below your feet in the ground. Filling this up, shifting whatever is not for your highest good. And all of this is being cleared and transmuted in the most perfect way. And so now this spirals down through all the layers, the energetic and the physical layers of Earth, going down, down to the center of the planet. And as it goes down, we feel Gaia's arms coming up to receive us. And she takes us into her arms and to her bosom, telling us how much she loves us, how perfect we are. And you can anchor into the physical core of the planet, or you can anchor in the energetic core of the planet, the light, the starlight core of the planet, or both. And Gaia also sends up her energy to support us, so it spirals up our gold, our rose gold and platinum light, and our spirit light, which is anchored down, and she sends her spiraling up. So it's kind of funny with the 3-strand. So it comes up through all the layers and it floods our Earth Star chakra. Floods it all. You may perceive it as a sphere. You may perceive it as a huge network of roots with a center. And it comes up through our feet, our legs, up into the hips. So it's flooding through the whole energetic system, the skeletal system, the bone marrow, the joints, the blood, the lymph, the skin, and all the other subtle bodies, and up into the hips, into the root, the base of the spine, the tailbone, sacral, up through the spine, into the ribs, sternum, and then up to the occipital region. But it's also going up through all the nerves, the nerve cord, all the way up to the base of the skull, and through all the nerve endings as it comes into the bladder, into the pubic bone, the hips, pelvis, all the muscles, the joints, the tendons, into the sexual organs, large intestines, into the small intestines, kidneys, adrenals, and it comes up into the area of the solar plexus with the liver, spleen and pancreas, flooding all of that, flooding all the muscles, all the joints, all the bones, all the blood system, the lymph system, the nervous system, into the subtle bodies as well of that area, up into the stomach, coming up the lungs, into the heart, thymus, down the arms, shoulder blades, sternum, up into the thyroid, throat, tongue, mandible, upper jaw, ears, skull. So it's going into the brain stem, both hemispheres, frontal lobe, into the pineal gland, into the pituitary gland, into the eye sockets, flooding all of these areas, and then out into source, up through our crown. Okay. Always takes a bit of time to do that, but I hope you feel a difference, and this sets us up for doing our sounding in the to help us to be in the most perfect place to do the sounding and to receive the benefits of our sound. So please try and sound, even if it's a small sound, it doesn't matter. You can hear that my voice changes. I'm not a professional singer, so I'm gonna croak at times as well, and it doesn't matter if you croak because no one's gonna hear it. You can watch this in the privacy of your own room, and you probably don't have a daughter like mine who titters at all this stuff, so it takes the mickey out of me. So we're gonna start with the root chakra. Okay, the root, the base. Some people see this as a red ball of light. You can do the visualization or not, it doesn't matter. You can, but I'm not going to take you through it. I'm going to focus more on the sound. If you want to visualize, you can visualize. So it's red for root, orange for sacral, yellow for solar, green for heart, blue for throat, indigo for third eye, and violet for crown. If you perceive the colors changing, or you perceive that your chakras are a different color, go with it, because we're all changing and we're all moving, especially if you've been doing, if you've been evolving. I believe that the chakras would change, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, so the sounds are ho, ho for the root, hu, ho, ha for the heart, hey, it's hi, hey, I. I'm just gonna grab my chime. Because I tend to use this as a starting point, and we go up a tone from the root. Okay, so this is too high for you, then use a different tone. Okay. Okay, so that's going to be the starting point. Ho, ho, hu, ho, ha, hi, hey, hi, ho. Okay, so as we sound each chakra, take your attention also to that part of your body and connect to it. Imagine that the sound is vibrating from that part as well. Okay, so just relax your body, relax your shoulders. Ho, make sure I got it right. Ho, ho, ho. So we sound 3 times. Okay, so you can drag it as long as you want. It doesn't have to be according to my length of sounding. Okay, so I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, take a deep breath, and then sound, and then we'll sound again and sound a 3rd time, and then for the next chakra I will say 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we'll do it that way. 1, 2, 3, take a deep breath. So the next one is who. 1, 2, 3. Take a deep breath. And next one is ho. 1, 2, 3. Take a deep breath. Best to keep eyes open. Hi, Tracy. Ha. 1, 2, 3. Take a deep breath. Hi. 1, 2, 3. Take a deep breath. Using your whole body helps. 1, 2, 3. Take a deep breath. One, 2, 3. Oh, take a deep breath. feel how your body responds as I pick my dog up, because he's always very interested when I do any sounding. Yes, King. Oh, there you are. Gotcha. Pawing at me. Hey, look. So how does your body feel after that? Yeah, and there's going to be a difference if you do sounding yourself, and you're just receiving sounding from someone else is quite a difference. Yeah, so my body is vibrating quite differently now. Sweetie pie, my little critters. And so now when I put him down, we're also going to work with our earth star, which I believe is it helps with our connection with nature and with earth. And it also helps with what else does it help with? It helps a lot with the grounding, with grounding our light here. So I think that for even though the lower chakras are quite hard to work with at times, they're really, really, really important. We can't bypass them at all. Yeah, we can't avoid it. We've got to work with them. And if you're happy working with your higher chakras and the ones above your head, that's great. But if the lower ones, it's like we're trees, really, walking trees. And if your root system is wobbly and it's non-existent, we're just gonna fall over after a while. It's not gonna be helpful. Okay, right, Kingy, I need to put you down. Little fuzz. You can say bye-bye. There you are. And I've been using the sound Ma. Thank you. Soul purpose template. Yeah. So I've been using the sound Ma because it was something which just came through when I was playing with connecting to my earth star chakra, and I was trying different vowels and different consonants, where it would be sa, su, or mu, or mu, or mi, and ma came up. So if you perceive that you need a different consonant and you need a different vowel, please go with it. And what is really important, especially because there's so much conflicting information on the internet, we don't know what's true, what's fabricated, don't know who the naughty ones are and who the truthful ones are. So it's really, really important we use our own body. Your body can always tell, doesn't lie, never lies, okay? Body never lies. So is use our own compass system to check whether you want to go that way or that way, whether this is true for you now or not true. And you can always change your mind tomorrow when you have more information or when you feel into it a little bit more. So if you find that the vowel sounds that I've used don't really work for you, please try something different and play with it, because we're constantly evolving. And therefore I don't think my chakras are the normal colors that everyone says they should be, red and stuff. They went off and on. Sometimes they go golden, sometimes they stay golden. I think they've been kind of golden and silvery for a bit of time now. Occasionally they go back to something really dreary because there's something going on, and they can't vibrate at that rate, so they go down, and so they change color, and then I know I've got to do some work with it. So work to gain more confidence in working with yourself. Get help if you need it, of course. We don't have to do any of this alone, but it's really important that we empower ourselves. Yeah, gurus are great, but they have to be questioned as well. And a lot of gurus have been found to be sexual predators now. It's just really, really unfortunate. So this is the problem with power. Power is great. It's just what do we do with it, and not to become crazy with it. Okay, but it's very, very tempting. Yeah. So let's try with the ma, and you can use any tone you want. If you want to use a low tone, go with a low tone. If you need to use a higher tone, go with a higher tone. If you move through tones and you sing, wonderful. Just go with it. Okay. So once again, 1, 2, 3. Take a deep breath. Ma. And that's just me expressing my gratitude to Earth. Oh, so thank you very much in joining me for this. So this week we're really just working with the 7 main chakras and the Earth Star, and the intention is for us to help us to connect more with Earth, connect more with nature, because we have been disconnected for a long time. And I think one of the reasons why people are doing crazy things which aren't really good for everyone is because there's a complete disconnection, yeah, from nature. And for whatever reason, and seeing it as completely separate without consciousness and something to just be taken and controlled. Okay. So thank you very much. Thanks, Tracy, for coming in, and for commenting and for writing notes as well, which is brilliant. So I hope this has been really helpful for you. I downloaded onto YouTube, so you can find it onto YouTube, but unfortunately it can take a couple of days to come through. There's still videos from this week and one from last week which are still uploading, and it's just a bit slow, but it will eventually get there. So if you'd like to share it with people, please go ahead. If you need to have a session, then please contact me. But I hope that you just have a wonderful day. Again, it's wonderful and lovely and sunny in London, so we'll be going out for, yes, he's looking at me like, when are you going to take me out for my walk? So we're going to go out for a lovely walk in Port Orla. It's got mock exams. Oh, she's just finished one. So good luck to her. But thank you all. I love you. Take care. And yeah, trust your heart. Trust what your heart says and trust what your body says. Okay, bye-bye. And see you tomorrow, hopefully about the same time.